Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be talking about Amazon S3 multi-part upload. And for the demo, I'll be using the AWS command line interface. So let's get started. Before we start doing the multi-part upload process, let's quickly talk about the steps. There are 4 steps in the multi-part upload. The first is you need to break the files into many pieces. Secondly, you initiate multi-part upload. Thirdly, you upload the individual parts of an object. And finally, you complete the multi-part upload. I'll be referencing a page provided by Amazon Web Services to perform the multi-part upload. So let's quickly browse to that page. So here we are. How do I use the AWS CLI to perform a multi-part message upload of a file to Amazon S3? So why do we even need multi-part upload, right? If you want to copy or upload a large file, more than 100 megabytes to Amazon S3, it's recommended that you use multi-part upload. Why? Because it increases the performance of your upload. The basic idea is that instead of uploading a huge file, you just break them apart and upload them, in parallel. And if I read right here, it tells me that uploading a file to Amazon S3 in multiple parts can improve upload speeds because you use multiple threads to upload file parts in parallel. Another benefit is that if one or more parts fail to upload, you only need to re-upload those parts or those failed parts and not the entire file, right? And especially if you upload multiple files, it takes a long time to upload. What happens if your internet breaks in the middle? Then you lose that progress. So multi-part upload is very beneficial feature that you can use to upload larger files to Amazon S3. Now for the steps, the first thing that you want to do is, if you're using Windows to do this, then you can use a software or a program like HJSplit. This will split your files into multiple parts. Now if you're using Linux or Mac OS, then there's a native capability on the command line with the split command, right? There's a split command on your command line that you can use to split the files. I'm going to be using the Mac OS, so I don't have to install anything. But if you're on Windows, once again, HJSplit is just one of the programs that you can use to split the files into multiple parts. So let's head over to the command line and break our file that we will be uploading. I'm here in my command line and currently I'm in the folder called multi-part upload. If I list the contents of the folder, I have a video.mp4 file, and this is about 80 something megabytes in size. Now, as you saw in the post earlier, multi-part upload is recommended for files larger than 100 megabytes, right? But for this demo, we'll just demo with a smaller file. As long as we do the splitting of the files and perform the multi-part upload, this process should help you perform this on a larger object. So the first thing I need to do now is to split this video.mp4 file. To do that, let me first clear the screen. So to perform the split, I'm going to be using the command split-b, which stands for bytes. So I'm going to be splitting by a certain amount of bytes. In my case, I'm going to split by 10 megabytes. I'll just say 10 MB and then provide the name of the file, which is video.mp4. So click enter. And if I list the contents of the folder now, I have these chunks of my original file. So starts with XAA and goes all the way to XAI. right? So if I list long, then I can see that each of the parts about 10 megabytes, and the final one is about 6 megabytes. So that makes sense because my original file was about 80 or 90 megabytes. So I'm ready to upload now, and to start uploading the individual parts, the first thing that I need to do is to initiate a multi-part upload. Let me clear the screen once again. And if I come back to this reference document, the command to initiate multi-part upload is with this command, AWS S3 API create multi-part upload. Then I need to provide the bucket name, the key of the file that I will be uploading this as, so the name of the file, desired file. And if you want to perform a MD5 check, then you can provide that too. We will be skipping over the final MD5 check. So I am in my S3 bucket with the name of multipart-test1. And this will be the bucket that I will be uploading to. So I'm going to quickly grab the name of this bucket, copy this, come back to my command line, and use the command AWS S3 API. Now this command is installed if you have installed the AWS command line interface. Normally you would do something like AWS S3 CP or LS to list, but this will provide you more functionalities to work with Amazon S3. So if you haven't done that, I'll be linking a video that you can watch to install the command line interface. So let's move on. AWS S3 API create multi-part upload. Provide the bucket name with bucket, paste my bucket name, and provide the key name. For the key, I'm gonna keep the name of the file the same as I have, which is video.mp4. Click enter, and I receive as a response the name of the bucket which I provided, the key which I provided, and importantly the upload ID which I will be providing when I upload individual parts of the file. So I'm gonna copy this upload ID on a text file so that I don't lose this. So copy this, and actually I'm gonna open a new text file. And paste that upload ID somewhere in here. Save. Okay. Now let's quickly go back to the reference document. The next step will be to upload the file parts to Amazon S3. So I will be using a command like this to upload my part. And I need just this much because once again we are not doing the MD5 check. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to prepare this to be pasted to my command line interface. So I'm going to quickly go back here and paste this first of all and make some changes. The first thing I need to do is I need to change the upload ID of this command. So remove all the upload ID . And also I need to change the bucket name. So the bucket name will be multipart test 1. And the key has to match this key. So video.mp4. And the part number is 1. The body is going to be, if you remember the files that we broke, the body was XAA for the first file. And the upload ID finally is the thing that I just copied from above here. And I'm ready to upload my first part. It looks like I missed a T on the bucket name, so quickly let me fix that. Right now I have multipart, has to be multipart. And it's gonna take a while. And I get something like this as a return. Now what I can do is, if I had a larger file, since it would take a while to upload it, I could open a new terminal window and upload things in parallel. But for this demo, I'm just gonna do them one by one because my files, they aren't so big. So the next file, I'm gonna make it XAB because that was the name of my second part, right? XAB. The part number will be 2 this time, and everything else can stay the same. And part number 2 was successfully uploaded. For part number 3, what I'm gonna do is change the part number to 3 and the body to XAC, and repeat that process until I get done with all the parts. And this is being uploaded. There we go. So do this for part number 4 and XAD. So I'm going to change this to XAD, and this is going to be part number 4. Repeat that for part number 5. So the body is going to be XAE, part number will be 5, enter. So open part number, we'll upload part number 6. So all I have to do is change the body to XAF and the number to 6. Okay, so part number 6 was uploaded. Now part number 7, XAG, make it part number 7. All right. Part number 8 now, XAH and 8. And finally, part number 9. So for part number 9, I have to change the part number and the body. This is my final chunk of the file. So I make this to XAI and part number 9, and I'm done uploading the part. So I just have to wait a few more seconds until this part is uploaded. Now, if I clear the screen, what I can do now is list all the parts that I've uploaded so far. Maybe I missed something, right? So to do that, to check, let's quickly go back to the reference document first. And if I scroll down a little bit, I can see that with this command, AWS S3 API list parts, if I provide the bucket name, key file, and the upload ID, I can list all the parts that I've uploaded so far. So if I go back to the command line, click the up arrow to bring up the previous command, but this time instead of uploading part, I'm going to list part. Everything else can stay the same, and I have to remove the body and part number, right? So remove everything except for upload ID and key and bucket, and change the command to list parts. Enter. There we go. So it gave me a list of all the parts I've uploaded. So to double check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm good. Now what I can do is I can complete the multi-part upload process now. So first thing that I'm going to do is go back to the reference document, see what they say. So after the parts are uploaded, S3 requires some additional information to recreate the original file. The first bit of information should be in the form of a JSON formatted text that contains the ETag values returned earlier when the message parts were uploaded. So quickly, all these things should be put in a file, and we need that file to complete the multi-part upload process. So if I go back, the format of the file that I need to provide when completing multi-part upload is like this, right? I have a JSON document that will say parts and list all the parts. Now to make this file creation easier, what we can do is we can copy this response of list parts that we just got, right? And copy all the way starting from parts right here, copy this and create a file named parts file, enter, paste that, and if I quickly go back, I just need to add a couple more brackets to make sure I have the right format. And finally, I don't need the last modified, so I just need the part number and ETag number. So I'm going to delete everything that I don't need, like size and last modified. Okay, save this file. Now the final command is this: AWS S3 API complete multi-part upload, and this time I have to provide a multi-part upload file name with all those ETag numbers and file parts, and everything else is similar to the command that we've been using, because it contains the name of the bucket, the name of the key file, and upload ID. So maybe we can reuse that command that we have been using. If I go back, press the up arrow, I'm going to bring the command that I have been using, but only change the command a little bit. So go all the way up to where it says list parts, and we can edit that and create our command. So instead of list parts, I'm going to say complete multi-part upload, and multi-part upload file, and the name of the file was parts file, enter. There we go. Now I get a return like this. And looks like I forgot to delete the comma in the parts file, so something to keep in mind, right? You have to have the parts file exactly like they want it to be, and which makes sense because I shouldn't have this comma, right? So I'm going to just remove all the commas after the second item in each part number. Remove all the commas that I forgot to remove earlier. And maybe we try the completion this time with enter. There we go. So if you get a return like this, then you should be good. Now to check if my multi-part upload worked or not, I go back to my S3 management console, which is right here. If I refresh, I see that there is a file that's 86 megabytes. The key is video.mp4. There's no parts. There is only one file, and we were able to complete the multi-part upload. Now, once again, if I go back to this reference file, it tells you that this is useful when you're uploading a file that's larger than 100 megabytes for performance reasons, because you can upload multiple parts in parallel. And secondly, if you were to fail uploading one of the parts, you can always upload only that part so that you don't lose the progress of the big file. Compare that to when you're uploading a file that's 4 gigabytes and your internet connection drops, you lose that progress, right? That can be a pain. So guys, this is multi-part upload. Let me quickly go back to the steps. So the first step was we broke a big file into many pieces. We initiated the multi-part upload. We uploaded individual parts and we completed the multi-part upload. Now, one thing to note is that there are ways to automate this with the command line interface, or if you use an SDK, this functionality is sometimes even easier to achieve, right? You can achieve multi-part upload with just one line of Python command if you have a Python code or some other code that contains all the logic to perform the multi-part upload. For now, you know how to do this with the command line interface, and you're always welcome to explore more options using the SDKs. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have more videos on my channel. Please check them out. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, feedback, let me know. If you want me to make videos in any other topic, you can recommend any topic that you want me to make a video of. I'm happy to make a video. For now, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.